my friends, welcome back to my channel. It has been a hot minute since I sat down and chatted with you guys, and I feel like I owe you guys a little bit of a life update because a lot is happening behind the scenes, and that is why I have not been uploading consistently to YouTube. I appreciate anybody who is a regular or semi-regular viewer of my channel. I appreciate that so much, and I'm sorry that I have not been on here super regularly. There's so much to tell you guys about. Well, there's like one big thing to tell you about. So I'm not going to stall on that. I will lead with that news first. But if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so below. Would love to have you back. I think while we chat, kind of talk about life, I'm going to put on my makeup, as one does, because I love doing my makeup. I actually was thinking that I'm going to film a current favorites video because one, I love to watch current favorites videos. I'm obsessed with that kind of video for whatever reason. I just think it's fun to see what people are liking, get some new recs and whatnot. But also the last time I uploaded a current favorites video was 6 months ago. So I feel like it would be nice to have a little end of summer going into fall favorites video. So I will be including some makeup favorites in that. I will try to mention the products that I am using, but honestly, I might forget as I'm talking, so I will definitely link everything below in case you are curious. I will be using my new Halloween clips to put my hair up. This one's a little ghost. Can you even? It's so cute. I won't lie, you guys. I missed my recent hair appointment. I had to reschedule it because I had a conflict, and my grays are popping. They are really popping, and I'm just trying to ignore them. I feel like that is like one beauty thing that I don't try to embrace it. I want to cover it up. Like, I don't do Botox, I don't do filler, I don't do anything like that, but the grays, I can't. It's too soon. It's too soon. First, I'm going to go in with concealer. This is the Glossier Stretch Concealer. I use the shade G11, and I'm going to use this Merit Beauty brush, which is actually one of my favorite makeup brushes that I have, period. I love this brush. I'm realizing as I start to do my makeup that I'm going to be looking like crazy as I lead with this big news. On a typical day, I don't do a lot of skin product. I'll usually not do foundation or anything like that, but I will do a little bit of concealer around my eyes, around my nose, because I get redness around my nose, and a little on my chin, and then if I need to spot conceal, I'll do that, but for the most part, I'm pretty like loosey-goosey with it. Okay, we're pausing because I have to like put my glasses on and look at you guys while I tell you guys this news. I cannot be doing my makeup while I casually tell you this. So, my big piece of news is that I am expecting my second baby. Yay! So I am due in early February with a baby girl. So Kai is going to have a baby sister, and I am so excited. I am very excited to be having a girl. I actually am thrilled that I'll have a boy and a girl. We're going to be done after having 2 kids, and I am just so excited. So I am like halfway there. Time is flying. I'm going to continue on with my makeup while we talk about the rest of this. Anyway, I'm so excited, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to use this Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and a little brush to bronze my face so I don't look like Casper the Friendly Ghost. Anyway, so I know that everyone always says that your pregnancies are always like a different experience. You have different symptoms, and I've always known that that's probably true. But wow, the theory versus actually living it, crazy. I wouldn't say that I've had a harder pregnancy. I will say that my pregnancy with Kai was a pretty easy pregnancy. The one thing that I had when I was pregnant with Kai is that I had pregnancy rhinitis. So I had a runny nose and sinus pressure for my entire pregnancy basically, which was not fun. But for this pregnancy with baby girl, I definitely was a lot more nauseous. I had a lot of food aversions. Honestly, still now, even into the second trimester, a lot of the times food just doesn't sound good to me. I feel like most things don't sound good to me. I don't really crave anything. So I'm just trying to it sounds bad, but force myself to eat and eat the things that sound good to me if I do have a random craving. Last night I really wanted Thai food, so I was like, I'm getting Thai food for dinner because it is so rare that I actually crave something. So it's been really hard for me to meal plan and figure out what to make for our dinners because nothing sounds good. So that has been really interesting. But honestly, the thing with this pregnancy that has been very tough and that has impacted me coming on YouTube and filming videos and editing videos is that I feel so unbelievably tired. I for the longest, I was like, is something wrong with me? Because I was like so tired, exhausted during the first trimester, but like that's to be expected. The second trimester comes, and wouldn't you know it, it didn't go away. It arguably got worse. And so I actually had a doctor's appointment early last week, so almost 2 weeks ago now. That was my last doctor's appointment. And I actually asked her, I was like, could my iron be low? Like, what's the situation? And my doctor was like, it's probably a little too early for you to have any like pregnancy related anemia, but we'll definitely check it at the next appointment. And she said very nicely, she was like, I'm gonna be honest, you do have a 2-year-old at home. So that's like a lot, you know, that is very tiring. But she was like, I also had my kids in my mid to late 30s. And she's like, honestly, she's like, I was exhausted. I think our bodies are just a little bit more tired. So basically because of my advanced maternal age, I am exhausted. So, you know, that's fine. That's fine. She did say that I probably will get a little energy boost. It just might be later. So we are praying that that energy boost comes and hits me like a freight train and I just get a little pep in my step, because I cannot lie, I have been struggling. I'm gonna put on some blush next. I feel like I was busy talking and put bronzer all over my entire face, but it's fine, whatever. I'm gonna put on some blush. This is the Say liquid blush in the color Chili, and I'm going to use this brush. I've actually been loving this brush to apply my cream and liquid blushes lately. It's actually a foundation brush, but it's from It Cosmetics. I'm obsessed with this. I feel like this is the perfect brush to use for liquid and cream blushes. I just love it so much. As far as baby girl's name, we are still deciding. I feel like we have a kind of a list of middle names. We gave Kai a Turkish middle name, and we will probably do that with baby girl as well. So we have a list of names for that. I think we potentially have a contender for her name. We're still deciding though, but that's been really fun to discuss. I love names. I'm on the Name Nerd subreddit, and I just love to know what other people name their kids. I don't know why I find that fascinating, but I do. So it is really fun for me to discuss names and kind of look into name options. So yeah, we're still deciding on that. I'm gonna put on a tiny bit of highlighter. This is the Merit Day Glow Highlighting Balm in the color Kava. I love this stuff. I think this is so natural and pretty. I just love it. I think it's gonna be a really interesting experience to have the end of my pregnancy and postpartum be in the winter. It was in the summer with Kai. So one thing I am looking forward to is like, I'm not really a hot weather kind of gal. So I'm really excited that we'll be able to be outside shortly after she's born and like go for walks and whatnot. And we can be like a little bundled and cozy instead of sweating our tushes off. So I'm very excited for that. I actually just got a coat from H&M. It's like a little shearling zip up coat. And it's technically a maternity coat, so it's like big enough to accommodate the belly, but it also has a little panel that zips in so that it can accommodate your baby in a baby carrier, which I'm super excited about. And I actually feel like that's such a smart idea, because I don't want to buy like a full-blown winter coat for pregnancy, especially where we live in Raleigh. It does not get that cold, so I don't really need like a special pregnancy coat. So just a little light shearling jacket that then I can put her in as well is going to be perfect. I'm very excited about that. I'm going to use the Merit Beauty Brow Gel in the shade Light Brown. I'm going to have to get close to my mirror to do this because I don't have contacts in and I can't see anything. Something that I'm loving that I will mention in my upcoming current favorites video are these Tower 28 eyeshadows. Oh God. They're the Go-Go Cooling Shimmer Sticks, and I got 3 colors, you guys, because I am unwell. These are incredible. I cannot rave about them enough. I'll give my full thoughts in the upcoming video, but they are cooling. They feel so nice when you put them on. They're very buildable, so if you want it to be very sheer, you can totally do that with like one swipe, but they also build to a deeper color, which is so nice. And they do not move. Like, they literally do not move. And I always have a problem with my eyeshadows creasing. I think my eyelids might be a titch oily. These do not crease. They're amazing. So I think I'm gonna use the shade Viper. Let's just put a little bit of this on. One thing I will say, you have to make sure that you keep this little cap on the top in between uses, or else they will dry out. I did not learn that from experience. I learned that from the internet. They told me to do that, so. Isn't that so pretty? I'm obsessed. I love them. I'm gonna go in now with the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the color Dimensional Dark Brown. It's kind of like a cool tone dark brown. I'm just gonna do my waterline really quickly. I have been reading a little bit more lately. I was in such a reading slump over the summer, mostly because I was tired, but I have read a few books recently. I found something that got me out of my reading slump was actually changing up the ways that I read books. Historically, I'm not a big audiobook fan, but a coworker recommended me like this cute, like modern rom-com series kind of vibe. She said that she really likes to listen to those on her walks. So I have been listening to those. I listened to the first two. I'm currently listening to the third one. They're very spicy. I was not prepared for that. I don't really have feelings about that either way. I don't like seek that out, but I was very caught off guard when I first listened. I was literally like, but I did start those audiobooks. I also took my husband's Kindle and basically made it my own because I really felt like to get out of this slump, I couldn't just pick up a book that I had on my to be read shelf. I was like, I need to like do something different. So we did the audiobooks. I went to the library, finally got a library card, which is great because I can also take Kai there. And baby girl, when she comes, I started checking books out on the Kindle. So I have been reading physical books, reading on the Kindle, doing audiobooks, and I feel like that has really helped me get out of my slump. With that being said, if you guys have any book recommendations, I would love to hear them in the comments. I will read, well, I won't say I'll read anything. I tend to gravitate toward a good mystery thriller situation. I'll also read a quality, like modern romantic comedy kind of vibe. I'll read, I can like that. I also love just good fiction. I'm more of a fiction reader in general. I am adding a little bit more nonfiction to try to like open my mind. But yeah, I am definitely making some progress on my reading goal, which is great. I've actually met my reading goal for the year, but want to keep going because I feel like I really stagnated for like 2 months there. And I love to read, and it's something that makes me happy. So I feel like in those pockets of time that I get to myself, I'm trying to prioritize reading as much as I can. I'm going to put on some mascara. I'm just going to do the Glossier Lash Slick Mascara. I use the color brown. I really like this mascara. I feel like it's a really nice mascara just for like kind of natural everyday looks. The last step that I'm going to do is I'm going to just use a little setting spray. I recently got the One Size On Till Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. My friend recommended this to me. My mom and my sister both really like this, so I was like, I'm gonna give it a whirl, and I love it. I was having a problem recently with setting sprays where everything I feel like just made me look really glowy, which I do like a little bit of a glowy finish to my makeup, but I feel like they made me look like sweaty. I always get travel sizes or minis of setting sprays to try them out before really committing. And I don't know what it was, but everything I was trying, I was like, why do I look so greasy after I put on the setting spray? So when my friend told me that this was like a mattifying one, but not too matte, I was like, well, let's give it a whirl, and I really, really like it. That's it. That's it, guys. That's the finished look. I just put on a little bit of the clear NYX lip oil to finish it off. That is pretty much it, you guys. Not too much going on besides the big pregnancy news, which I'm so excited about. Like next on the docket is fall decorating. I don't care that it's not October yet. Like I'm just diving into Halloween decorating. It's just happening. I feel like with the current state of the world, we just like need a little happiness, a little joy. So I will be decorating for fall/Halloween this weekend. If you guys have any videos that you would like to see, literally anything under the sun, please leave it below in the comments because I would love to know what you guys would like to see on my channel. I'm open to suggestions. As always, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching my videos, and I will see you guys in the next one.